Hi everyone and welcome to Protocol 36. In today's video we'll be speculating whether or not Miles Morales' mother Rio Morales will die in Marvel Spider-Man 2. Now before we get started, if at any point you enjoyed this video, I really appreciate if you could drop a like, as that would really help out the channel. Thank you. Even though Rio Morales wasn't in Spider-Man PS4 all that much, she did play a huge role in Spider-Man Miles Morales. Obviously not only being the mother of Miles, but also taking part in and elected to council by the end of the game, while also finding out that her son is Harlem's Spider-Man, which allowed her to help Miles with his life as Spider-Man, but also helping him in an emotional level, like helping him deal with the deaths of his father Jefferson Davis and his childhood friend Finn. One of the reasons why I wanted to make a video about the possibility of her dying in Marvel Spider-Man 2 is because I did hear a few theories on Twitter on the day the reveal trailer came out that it could happen, since she did die in the comics, which also involved Venom. Now if you don't know, in the Ultimate Universe, after Peter Parker died from his fight with the Green Goblin in Earth 1610, and sometime after Miles took the mantle of Spider-Man, he did face a version of Venom, who happened to be Dr. Conrad Marcus, where he was searching for Jefferson Davis in the hospital, thinking he was the new Spider-Man after he tried to go after him initially, which led to Miles trying to save him. However, during that fight, Jefferson was injured, therefore sent to the hospital. Miles goes after him and fights Marcus again, in order to save everyone in the hospital, including his family, but ended up being consumed. Rio approaches Marcus and begs him to let her son go. However, just after Miles created a massive venom blast, releasing himself, it caused Marcus to be vulnerable, allowing him to get gunned down by the police. But in doing so, Rio was accidentally shot, which led to her death, and Miles giving up being Spider-Man for an entire year. Obviously, because she's not Uncle Ben, she was fortunately brought back thanks to Molecule Man at the end of 2015's Secret Wars, because Miles gave him a hamburger in Battleworld. Even though Rio Morales was brought back in the end, she did die at one point in the comics for a few years, which involved a version of Venom. So will Insomnia try and do the same thing and put that specific element in Marvel Spider-Man 2? To be honest, for me, I don't see Rio Morales dying anytime soon, especially in Marvel Spider-Man 2. Now I could be wrong, but I just don't see Insomnia killing off another Marvel figure in their sequel after killing off Aunt May, and that scene that was incredibly emotional. Having another one with Miles would kind of be the same. I definitely think someone will die, but I just don't think it will be Rio. Well, Miles just lost his father in the first game. Not to mention is the fact that Conrad Marcus won't be Venom in the game. Now he might be in it, since he did work at Oscorp at one point and was one of the people responsible of the creation of the spider that eventually bit Miles, giving him spider powers. So in some of the Marvel Universe, he could be an employee of Osborn, but he definitely won't be Venom. Now they could put on Amazing Spider-Man 2, where Harry was the one who killed Grant in the film instead of Norman, who was the one to do it in the comics, but there wouldn't really be a point, especially when we haven't seen Eddie Brock yet. And it looks like Insomniac are setting up Harry to be Venom in the sequel, but at this point we just have to wait and see on what direction they choose, since we don't know the exact details of the story just yet. However, that said, I can see Rio being seriously injured, probably during a fight with Kraven, or in a different boss fight, where we're playing as PR teaming up with Miles. Miles probably gets injured, which causes Rio to rush in to save her son, but in doing so she ends up being in a critical condition, leading to Miles to not be the only person who feels responsible, but also Peter, which would be perfect for the Venom symbiote to make him more vulnerable to its effects. Personally, I can definitely see something like this happening, while also trying to not kill her off, as I don't think they're going to have yet another member of Miles' family die in Peter Parker's game. However, what about you guys? Do you think Rio Morales will die in Marvel Spider-Man 2? If so, if not, let me know in the comments down below. I would love to hear your thoughts. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. If you enjoyed this video, please like, and one more, subscribe. To begin, Protocol 36.